Hey guys, welcome back to MLB 22 The Show, Red Sox franchise mode, and I can pretty much officially do a countdown right now. We are at episode number 144, which means we still have 18 more games, and in the span of, 19 more days until the new MLB The Show coming out. I think it's on 26th or on 28th. I think it might be on the 26th. So again, tomorrow's gonna be a double upload. Sunday will be a double upload as well. I'm not sure if I want to do a double upload on Saturday because, or else it will be, I think it will be too much to be honest. But we have to try to squeeze the game in, try to put everything in, as much as possible. In terms of the playoffs, I don't quite know the format for now. It really depends how I'm gonna do it. But right now, let's just focus on regular season. Earlier on in this episode, you guys can see that Trevor Story has a blister finger, and I don't quite recall how he injured himself. But you know what? The good news is he is going to be out for a day. I think 1 day to 6 days. So I sent him to a 10-day IL, which means another youngster will be called upon, which is Jeter Downs again. I think he did being called up once in the middle of the season, and I sent him down once again. Jeter Downs, unfortunately, right now, currently with the team, he is not part of the 40-man roster anymore. I believe he got designated for assignment. I think he has moved on to another team, if I remember correctly. Again, I don't see him in the 40-man roster anymore, which means he might have been moved on from there. Again, I think there's a lot of hype built upon this guy because his name, but during his short little stint with the Red Sox for I think a month and a half or something like that, he only recorded one home run, but relatively quite mediocre. I think in the minors he does show great powers, but I think overall he is not ready. I would say he was not ready for the big leagues just yet. And here, what we're trying to do here is just kind of snap out our slump. Currently, I think we have lost 3 in our last 4 games. Again, I know it doesn't quite matter at the moment because we have clinched the AL East. It's all about rotating the squad, rotating the roster. Hopefully, everybody get a little bit of a game time, and certainly trying to reserve some of the arms, some of the players. Like Trevor Story, again, I could have probably not started him last game, but I just did, and this is the risk that we have to deal with. This is the fact that he is going to be out. But thankfully, he was going to be out for only a few days, which is again not the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, the fun part about this part is where you can pretty much use the youngsters as much as possible. And Mayer, again, I think one of the most significant one of the few bunch. It's pretty much him again. I think he hits. I think he at one point he was hitting way above 300, and currently I think he is still hitting over 300. And today we have Nick Pivetta on the mound through 4 innings, allowing 1 run only. Looking very good. JD Martinez right here hits a ground ball. What a great play by Rougned Odor. And honestly, at one point I thought he retired a long time ago. Of course, that incident with Jose Batista back in 2014, 2015, that brawl certainly made him even more famous. But I think at one point he was, I just didn't see him. And 2 years ago he was playing for the Yankees without a beard. I thought it was somebody else. I thought it was his brother or somebody related to him. But turns out it was him. And of course, last season he was pretty much the starting second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles. And bottom of 6 right here. Here comes Cedric Mullins. Swung at that one with a circle change outside of the zone for the second out. Great pitch right there by Pivetta. And later on to Jorge Matez. He swung at that one. A fly ball to right field, but Conforto was right there to make the catch. Top of the 7, looking for a breakthrough inning again. I think so far offensively we have been quite quiet in a lot of situations where we just couldn't really do well. Later on, 0-0 count to Rougned Odor, and he hits a high fly ball to right field, right center field for a home run, a 2-run home run, putting them back on the board right there. 3-run is the current score. Now they're leading by 2 runs. Again, one swing of the bat can certainly change the whole outcome, at least for now. And here comes Garrett Whitlock, will be making his 52nd appearance of the season. Look at his record. Nobody would have anticipated he has yet got a loss yet, which is very impressive, to be honest. Honestly, I think he should have had more of a significant role within the squad. I think in real life he might be considered as a starter, a 3-inning starter or 4-inning starter. I think right now it's quite common that there's starters who are specifically going to throw 2 or 3 innings for you, and then the relievers will pretty much pick up the mess wherever you were in. And I found that concept very interesting because I'm sure a lot of starting pitchers would want to get a W or even get a loss or some sort of a decision. But I think right now it has become quite normal to the fact where starting pitchers would only pitch 2 to 3 innings, and that's it. And later on, Johan Mises or Mieses, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think I was just kind of playing a few games on the side with commentator on. It turns out his name is actually Johan Mieses or something like that. It's not Mises. So apologize for the pronunciation. Not quite familiar with some of the Latin pronunciation, but right here, this is such an ugly play. Throw him out, strike him out all together. It was all over the place at that point. Duran was running from first base to second base with his speed, 88 speed. I was a little surprised the fact that he couldn't. He wasn't safe, or he wasn't even close from being safe from in that situation. And Tanner Scott will be coming on right here. About top of the 10th inning with the extra inning rule, which you put an extra run on the second base to kind of get a head start, and we got the advantage right there. Devers with a line drive single for the first run, and later on Mieses has done it again. Once again, a ground ball through the middle for a base hit. Devers going to score from second base, and we have extended the lead to 5-3 right now. Again, moving on to the bottom of the 10th. Finally trying to get 2 wins in the last 5 games right here. Here comes Edwin Diaz looking for his 36 saves of the season. 0-2 count to Austin Hayes. Swung at that one. Fastball 100 miles per hour. Cut him off right there with a fastball 41st out. And later on 1-2 count to Kike. Chases that one. A slider perfectly placed. Slider at the outside of the zone for the second out. And that was the end of the game. Who would have thought? Honestly, this has been probably one of the most stressful games that I ever played in my whole life. But certainly we got the win. That's all that matters. And the ace is right here with another one. He delivered 3 RBIs today. I think he got 3 RBIs out of 5, which is very impressive as well. And I'm sure he didn't start this game. It was all a pinch hit that kind of got everything started. And you know what? I'm happy with the win. 5-3 was the final score, and we have tied the series 1-1. But look at the stats right there. 11 hits in total. Player of the game, it could have been Mieses, but the game has given it to Edwin Diaz. Totally valid, totally fine. I think he had a very good game as well. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.